What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I wanted to talk about coffee and why I quit and how I feel after quitting and kind of what went wrong during it. So my nutritionist told me that I should probably stop drinking coffee and caffeine, not just coffee but also any types of caffeine. So this means tea and any other form of caffeine, like even caffeine pills or something. And the reason for that is that caffeine spikes cortisol, and cortisol tends to weaken your immune system. And your immune system and your gut are hand in hand, they work together. So when your gut is weak, your immune system is on overdrive because it's reacting to the foods getting through your tight junctions in your gut lining. So your immune system is weakened if your gut is weakened. So the way to fix this is to strengthen both of them. And this means cutting out coffee and caffeine. Coffee itself is a bean that is probably bad for your stomach anyway. It also is very acidic, and your stomach should be acidic, but when you're drinking coffee on an empty stomach, it's not that great for you. So these were pretty much the reasons I had to quit. I love coffee. Ever since I started drinking it, I didn't stop. I tried to quit once for the same reasons, and I couldn't do it. I didn't like it. Coffee gives me this dopamine high, and I think that I have a bit of hyperactivity, so like a tiny bit of ADHD, because ADHD is on a spectrum, and if you have a little bit, you seek stimulation, and coffee gives me that stimulation that I like. So coffee actually relaxes me. When I'm not caffeinated, I'm always fidgety, so I'm tapping and I'm always moving and looking for stimulation. So the way I deal with this is actually through meditation, but that's a whole other story that I'll probably talk about on the channel. So let's get into what it felt like to actually quit. Now, I quit by weaning off a little bit from 2 to 3 cups a day down to 1, down to half a cup, down to nothing. I did this pretty quickly, and I realized the day I quit coffee, I had no coffee that day, which was the first day in a really long time. That day, I noticed I was feeling very dull. So like, colors weren't as bright. I was feeling like very tired, lethargic, and not really full of energy and life. So the reason for this is the lack of dopamine, because when you drink coffee, you get that high feeling. It's a drug. It's a stimulant. So when you don't have it and you're dependent on it and you don't have a cup of coffee that day, you actually feel a bit down. So you could actually be depressed. I call it depresso. All around, that only lasted a day or two, and then I started to adapt. And meanwhile, as I was feeling a bit dull and sad, I was going to the gym more often to make up for that dopamine. And I think that's completely okay as long as it doesn't become like an addictive problem. But anyway, that's what I did. I started to exercise more to get more of an endorphin rush to make myself feel better as I adapted to no caffeine. So the first day I experienced a mild headache. It wasn't that bad. It was just like, it kind of felt like I was groggy type headache. It wasn't that bad. It was mainly the dullness that was the worst withdrawal symptom, but everything else was okay. So I actually noticed that I was a bit more anxious without coffee too for the first 2 or 3 days. But once I adapted, I felt a lot better. So I thought quitting coffee was going to be extremely hard, and quitting caffeine, because I'm really dependent on it. I would drink 2 to 3 cups a day, which isn't like a crazy amount, but they kept me going. It literally relaxed me and made me feel better. And I just love the taste of coffee so much. Like, I miss it a lot. I miss it so much. Anyways, now I'm going to get into some of the benefits that I experienced and some of the good things that happened when I quit coffee. So the first thing I noticed is obviously these are after I adapted, so like after a week or 2 of not drinking coffee. So like the hyperactiveness that I get sometimes wasn't as bad as when I like just quit coffee, because when I just quit coffee, I was very fidgety because I was looking for that dopamine rush, that stimulation to kind of calm me down or make me feel satisfied. So right now I don't really have that as bad because I'm adapted to no caffeine. So I'm used to having not as much stimulants in my system. The other benefit I noticed is that my skin cleared up quite a bit. This didn't really happen until like the 2 weeks. So right now it's getting clearer. It's not 100%, but it's working. I also noticed that my digestion has improved a little bit. By that I mean I just feel like my digestion is working a bit better after not drinking coffee for a while. Another thing that I notice is that I'm probably less anxious and more calm. So things don't tend to like stress me out because my cortisol is lower without the caffeine. And I definitely feel more calm. But caffeine makes your day go by faster, I find. So when I'm not on coffee or any type of caffeine, I find the day is very slow and calm, and I feel like I have lots of time to do things. When you're caffeinated or over caffeinated, you're anxious and you always feel like you don't have enough time to get things done. Now, when I'm not this stimulated with caffeine, I feel like life is kind of going slower and I have time to do everything. Pretty awesome. I wasn't expecting to have that benefit. Now, I wouldn't say I'm enjoying not drinking coffee, because coffee was like the reason I would get out of bed in the morning. I would wake up and then chug some water, and I just couldn't wait to have coffee. I would usually wait a little bit. I just loved coffee. It's like that's what I looked forward to in the morning. I would even go to bed excited to have coffee in the morning. So that's how addicted I was and how much I enjoyed it. And I definitely really miss it, but I'm glad I kind of broke that addiction to it, because now I can eventually go back once I'm healed and drink it less dependently, but enjoy it even more because it's like a fresh start. Yeah, I mean, that's about all the benefits and all the cons I've noticed. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, comment down below if you've quit coffee or you're planning on it, and share your experiences, because I want to know what else people have experienced. This is just my experience with this. Finally, my website is live and you can go check that out in the link down below in the description. And on the website, there's going to be stuff explaining the Sumbee lifestyle, and there's going to be a couple blog posts that I'm going to be posting, hopefully at least once or twice a week. And I already have a couple of them up there, so you can go check them out. The whole blog is about like nutrition, health, well-being, and like spirituality, fitness, pretty much everything I talk about, just all around good health. Yeah, so that'll be on the blog, and eventually the program is going to come out, but I'm really working to make it really good because I want to put a lot of value in it for you guys before I release it, and I want to make sure it's well worth your time to go look at it. So yeah, that will be out soon, but for now the website is live. I did design everything myself. It took a lot of time, but every part was really fun to make. I actually enjoyed making it, so go check it out and let me know what you think in the comments. So if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to do that and turn on your notifications so you don't miss anything else. And I will talk to you guys later.